Technology Scholarship. The goal of LITSI is to provide financial support to Latinx students to facilitate college graduation and support a robust pipeline of Latino professionals in STEM. So we do this in three ways. We do this financially, through professional development, and through internship access. So LITSI is not just a scholarship in which we give you money and then that's it, that's where it ends. We do other things, but let's talk a little bit about the financials. So our Latinos in Technology Scholarship, you can receive up to $10,000 a year for up to 3 years. Now, not everybody receives the $10,000 a year. Some people do, some people receive a little less. It all kind of depends on your financial need and what it is that, like the money that you need to pay for your cost of attendance for school. However, you can receive this amount of money for up to 3 years. So let's say you are going to be a junior this fall. You're going to be a junior in college, and you graduate, you do your junior year, your senior year, you graduate, you get the scholarship for 2 years. But let's say during your senior year, something happens and you have to kind of take a third year, or you have to take a couple more quarters or semesters to finish. Then you would actually be able to have the scholarship for up to 3 years. So this is a really great scholarship because it is renewable. And then moving on to professional development. So with LITSI, all students who are part of LITSI will have the opportunity to participate in several professional development programs, such as our Career Launch Academy, Conexiones Mentorship Program, and other career prep and professional skill building workshops. And I'll go a little bit more in depth about what some of these opportunities and programs are that you'll have access to in the next slide. And then finally, internship access. Through LITSI, we actively work to pipeline our scholars into summer internship opportunities with our investors and partners. So in that slide before that I showed with some of our funders, those funders sometimes have internship programs for the summer, or sometimes they even have full-time job opportunities in which they say, you know what, we have this internship program. We're looking for students, and they come to us because they know about our program. They know about LITSI. They know that our LITSI scholars are constantly, engaging in some of these professional development opportunities. They know that they're Latinos in STEM. They want more Latinos in their companies. And so this is a really great opportunity because sometimes they'll send me a lot of internship opportunities, and I'll send those to you. And then, I'll tell you, okay, well, there's this one at Google. Let's say there's this internship program at Google. Google was the one that sent me the internship opportunity for y'all. So if y'all apply, let me know, and then I will let Google know. So it's kind of nice because, it's not just, you have a little bit of a higher chance of applying and at least getting your resume reviewed a little bit because it is coming from us. So that just kind of gives you a little bit of information of the 3 things that we support you with as a LITSI scholar. These are some of the professional development opportunities that I was talking about. So Career Launch Academy, and you'll have an opportunity to join all of these opportunities. Career Launch is a 6-week virtual group coaching program in which you'll learn how to create relationships with professionals at the places that you'd like to work with. You'll be able to explore career fields and other interests. You'll be able to improve your self-confidence and your career preparation. Conexiones Mentorship Program is another really great program that we offer. This is a 5-month mentorship program in which our LITSI scholars are matched with STEM professionals who have similar areas of expertise or who are either in the career or are majored in the same thing that you guys are majoring in or that you want to end up working in. So this is really great because mentorship is super important, and having somebody who already went through what you went through, what you're gonna go through, and who can kind of guide you into these new journeys as you grow as professionals is going to be really, really important and crucial to just like your overall professional development as you continue to grow. And then last year, actually, I started this initiative, which is our professional development series. So this is a series of workshops and events that we put on for y'all that we invite y'all to come and join. So for example, last year we partnered with Micron Technologies, which is a huge company here in the Silicon Valley, and they hosted an ACE Your interview and a resume writing workshop. So Micron, one of their university recruiters, they came and they gave y'all them a presentation on interview tips and strategies, and how to tailor and kind of like rework your resume for a job at companies like Micron. So this was a really great opportunity because, you know, as students, you might not have a lot of experience yet, but our university recruiter who came, she came and she told you how to use your experiences that you do have and how to tailor maybe your skills and what kind of things that recruiters in companies like Micron look for. This was a really successful workshop. And so what we did is that we did a part 2 in which we actually invited STEM professionals from various companies here in the Silicon Valley to come and do one-on-one resume feedback sessions with our students. So after you attended part 1 and you learned about how to kind of tailor your resume, then you were invited to come to a part 2 in which we had a STEM professional and we matched you up with someone who had kind of the same career or the job that you were kind of tailoring your resume for. And they've already gone through the process of applying to a company here in the Silicon Valley. They already kind of know what hiring managers are looking for, or some of them were hiring managers. And so they were able to give our students one-on-one feedback. That was really super helpful for students who, you know, came in with maybe even no resume and they left with a very tailored and detailed resume looked over by professionals. And then finally, around November, we actually did a Latinx Speaker Series event, which was how to get hired in the Silicon Valley. So we invited several recruiters and featured speakers who came from companies like Netflix, Micron, and Intel. And they basically did a panel on best practices for getting a job in companies here in the Silicon Valley. So as you are applying to jobs, once you're out of college and things like that, it's really important to know how to reach out to recruiters, how to submit an application, where to submit an application, what type of things recruiters look for, and how you can get your application into the hiring manager's hands and get an interview. This was a really great, successful event. And so we plan to have at least one every year. And so as a LITSI scholar, if you are accepted, you would be able to join our next one this year. And then finally, networking events. Because of the pandemic, we haven't really had the opportunity to do any events. However, this year, for sure, we will be having several in-person events and that you would be invited to as LITSI scholars for you to come and network and connect with other LITSI scholars, with scholars who graduated already from college, but who were a recipient of the scholarship, with some of our board members, with some of our corporate funders, with some people from our LBLA. And so it's a really great opportunity for you to come and network, grow your network, and you never know, you know, what opportunities can come out of putting yourself out there and meeting other professionals. So these are all really great opportunities that you'll have access to through LITSI. And then moving on, I wanted to just kind of give you all some context on our scholarship recipients. So this 427 number that you see here, this is actually a little outdated. This is data from 2016 to 2021. We're currently working on our 2022 data. So as of right now, we have 479 scholars, but these 427 scholars from 2021, 81% of them were first generation, 42% of them were Latinas, and 27% of them were community college transfers. This also, I just wanted to share a little bit of a breakdown so that you have an idea of the majors of our recipients. So as you can see from the 427 scholars, some of the top 4 declared majors were mechanical engineering, computer science, civil engineering, and biology. And then electrical engineering, computer engineering, and mathematics were the second most popular. But this just kind of gives you an idea of the majors of our students. And then this is just kind of a breakdown of where our scholars are located. So we have scholars in 45 different colleges and universities, San Jose State being the one where we have the most scholars, UC Santa Cruz, and then San Francisco State University. We do have a bunch more and stuff, and then you know, the students who are from our 2022 cohort, but again, we're updating that info, but this just kind of gives you an idea. And so sometimes what we'll do is we'll actually do events at San Jose State University for LITSI scholars there. So if you are a student there, or if you're a student at UC Santa Cruz, San Francisco, Santa Clara, we'll do these little mixer events where you can come and meet some of the other scholars who are also there at that university, scholars from who may have graduated but are still alumni and who are still part of these universities. And we'll invite some of our board members and our corporate partners to come and just like network with you all and just to recognize you as LITSEs. Okay, so now we'll move on over to the application components of LITSE. Let's start off with the requirements and the eligibility for LITSE. So for LITSE, you and all of this is going to be available in the Silicon Valley Community Foundation website, which is where you're going to have to apply. But to be eligible for LITSE, you must be of Latino or Hispanic origin. You must be a college student majoring in STEM. Let's see. So for LITSE, you have to be either this upcoming fall for the 2023 to 2024 school year. You must be entering as a junior or a senior at a 4-year undergraduate college or university. If you are a current community college student, but you are transferring to a 4-year undergraduate college or university in the fall, then you would also be eligible. You must be a graduate of a high school in the following Northern California counties. So you must have graduated from a high school in Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, Napa, San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clara, Santa Cruz, Solano, Sonoma, or Yolo County. If you did not graduate from a high school in one of these counties, but you are enrolled at a college or university in these counties, you would also be eligible. So let's say you graduated from a high school here in the Bay Area in San Jose, but you're attending college in New York. You would still be eligible because you graduated from a county in one of these. Now, let's say you graduated from a high school in Los Angeles, but you are a student at Santa Clara University, then you would also be eligible because even though you didn't graduate from a high school, you are enrolled at a college in one of these counties. You must also have a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.0, and you must demonstrate financial need. So this scholarship is for Latino students in STEM in college who have a financial need, who don't have all the money and the financial aid to pay for their colleges. And then finally, I also just want to make it very clear that DACA and AB 540 students are also eligible to apply. And now moving on to kind of like the application part of it. So we partner with the Silicon Valley Community Foundation to work with us on this scholarship. So SVCF is the one who has the website for the portal for you to apply in. They are the ones who read your essays. They are the ones who receive your applications and who screen you and who verify you and all of that. So here, just to give you kind of an idea, once you are ready to apply for our scholarship, you're going to go over to the Silicon Valley Community Foundation website. You're going to make an account. You're going to make a profile. And then the really cool thing about Silicon Valley Community Foundation is that they work with a lot of other organizations similar to us who have scholarships. So when you create an account to apply for LITSE, they will actually look at your profile and they'll look at all of like your information, all of your eligibility, and they will actually match you with other scholarships that they work for from other organizations that you are eligible for. So let's say you apply, but you're only applying to LITSE, then through the portal, they will actually see, oh, okay, well, we actually see that through all of your eligibility and all of your information, you actually qualify and are eligible for these 2 other scholarships from these other organizations. And then that's really cool because, you get to be exposed to other scholarships, more financial aid, and it kind of does a little bit of the work for you so that you're not out looking for a bunch of other scholarships. But this screenshot right here that I've included, this just kind of gives you an idea of the different components that you'll have to complete to submit your application. So through the portal, you'll have to kind of complete all of these buckets to move on to the next one. But all of the application and everything like that, you must go onto the Silicon Valley Community Foundation website and make a profile and an account. And this is where you will be uploading all of your documents, where you'll be uploading your essays, your letter of recommendation, and all of that. Now, these are two application components that I really wanted to share with y'all so that y'all can get an idea of what you're gonna have to do. There is gonna be an essay, so like a personal statement that you're gonna have to submit and a recommendation letter. I've gone ahead and pulled out the essay prompt so that you guys can, if you wanna go ahead and take a picture of it right now, just so that you begin drafting and knowing what you wanna write about for these essays. So as you can see, there's 5. The first 4 are general essay prompts that SVCF has for every student who applies for a scholarship with them. So every student, whether they apply to LITSI or not, everybody has to answer these prompts. And then prompt E, this is a LITSI only prompt. So this prompt would only be just for us because it is, a scholarship for Latinos in STEM. So the first 4, you will have to answer in a total of 500 words. The first one says, describe your educational and career interests within the specific field that you are interested in and any factors that influence your interest in this area. Describe your short-term and long-term career plans after college. The second prompt is reflect on your personal journey. So your family, your community influences, accomplishments you are most proud of, personal, social, or academic challenges, any hardships that you have experienced, or any other life experience that you would like to highlight. And then C, describe your short-term and long-term plans and goals towards college degree completion and the steps that you are taking or will take to help ensure your pathway to college graduation. Finally, indicate why you believe you are a good candidate for this scholarship. Some of the recommendations that I have for y'all as you are writing and drafting these essays, I would, really encourage you to talk about your journey as a student. They SVCF wants to know who you are as a student, where you come from, why it is that you are where you are now, or why it is that, you have a certain passion for certain things. They want to kind of, understand maybe where you and your family come from, some of the hardships, but also some of the accomplishments that you have achieved or that you're going through that, make you who you are. Just really, really talk about your journey, and also talk in there. I would really encourage you to talk in there about your financial need. Again, this is a scholarship for students who have a financial need, who need help paying for college. So sprinkle in there as you're writing these, as you're answering these prompts, maybe, you are the oldest sibling in a family of 5 and you have to take care of your siblings. So maybe let's say as the oldest sibling, you had to take on the responsibility of taking care of your siblings while your parents worked several jobs, or you maybe even had to take on a job part-time from school to be able to help your family and to help them just have some money on the table. And so maybe you had to take that extra job, but that kind of affected your grades a little bit, or maybe that's why you don't have a lot of after school after school activity experience. You're not really in a lot of clubs because you've had to take on this extra job to help support your family. So things like that are things that you should really explain in there and share with SVCF. But I would also, as you're writing these 4 prompts, throw in there, highlight a little bit about STEM in the answer. So tie it back to why it is that you're interested in STEM. Tie it back to your, some of the activities you've done with STEM, or why it is that you want to do, what you want to do with STEM. For E, for the LITSI only, describe why you are interested in STEM. I encourage you to, talk a little bit about what you've done, why it is that you want to major in STEM, what you plan to do, once you graduated from college, or some of the dreams that you have, whether it's maybe, let's say, becoming a doctor to serve your community, or maybe it's, being an engineer and working in the high-tech systems so that you can, work in something regarding sustainability and helping us and the environment and stuff for our Latino community. So talk about your journey. They really want to know who you are and where you come from. And then talk about your financial need in there, and then highlight STEM. I believe this prompt E for LITSI only, I believe that one is only a 250 word prompt. But once you log into the portal, it'll tell you right there. And then the second component that I really want to highlight is your recommendation letter. So you will need a recommendation letter, and just a heads up, you will have to request this through the SBCF portal. So you will not be uploading a PDF of the letter yourself. You're gonna request it through there, and then your teacher, whoever is writing your recommendation letter, they are gonna be the ones to upload it onto the portal. So I would highly recommend that if you don't have anyone yet, you haven't asked anybody who is going to write your personal, your recommendation letter, that you ask them now. You have about a month to submit the application. So, you know, you always want to give about a 2 weeks notice, or you want to ask at least 2 weeks in advance to whoever it is that's writing your letter. And then I also want to make sure, that you guys, that I mentioned, to, when you are asking for your recommendation letter, to tell that person to state the scholarship name. Make sure that they write in there that this is for the Latinos in Technology Scholarship. But yes, just a heads up, go ahead. If you haven't asked anybody yet, I would probably, if you have somebody in mind, maybe go ahead and ask them on Monday. And, you know, one of the things that I do whenever I ask for a recommendation letter is I actually, you know, let's say I'm asking my teacher for one. I actually will give her kind of a list of things or accomplishments that I've done, or things that I want them to highlight in my recommendation letter, because sometimes people have, you know, lots of students, or they're really busy and they don't always remember like the really great and amazing things that we've done. And so it's always helpful to kind of give them, you know, a little bit of like, if you have like information on what you've done, on what you've accomplished, on programs that you're in, things like that. So the essay prompts and the recommendation letters are two big components of the application. And now this, I wanted to give you all some context as to kind of the general timeline that you can expect for the scholarship. So currently we are in the application cycle. The application is due on February 28th. And then around like May, SBCF will be doing their screening, their scoring, and their selecting. So this is the time when they are going to be reading over your essays. They're going to be looking at your application and screening everybody. And then sometime in May, you will be notified if you are selected. Between May and July, that is going to be the enrollment and need verification time. So once you get notified if you were accepted into LITSI, SBCF will take this time to verify that you are enrolled and that you do have financial need. So what will happen is that they will request your financial aid packages from your institution or your college or wherever you're at, to see what it is that your unmet needs are. So let's say, you know, you need $5,000 to, you know, that's what you need left for your cost of attendance and stuff like that. That's when SBCF will look at kind of what it is that you need. One of the things that I wanted to share was that, you know, sometimes us as college students, we have certain needs that are not in our financial aid packages. So for example, you know, maybe you need money for a computer, you need money for books, transportation, housing, food costs, all of those things that are not always on our financial aid packages. SBCF is going to go with whatever the institution sends them. So if there's things in there that, you know you need for sure, I would recommend maybe seeing if you can go to your financial aid office and talking to them and seeing if they can maybe add a couple things, or putting in there in your financial aid that you need money for books, for a computer, for things like that. So just to reiterate, SBCF will go with whatever the institution sends them. So if you can, maybe see if you can go to your financial aid office and seeing if they can kind of work your package and add in their things for the scholarship. And then finally, like sometime around July and October, that's when you would get your scholarship. That's when they would disperse the money. And then I just also wanted to share some information. So AB 288 is a new law that just passed. This is the California Ban on Scholarship Displacement Act. So California is now the 5th state to prohibit the practice of scholarship displacement for low-income students who receive private scholarships. This Scholarship Displacement Act will be taking effect for the 2023-2024 academic year, so starting this fall. And this bill will benefit over 1 million students who would have been at risk of losing critical scholarship support to help them complete college at public or private institutions. there is this video that I want to share, and I think we actually have some time, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. It's only a minute, but this is going to give you some context as to what Scholarship Displacement Act is, so that you know whether or not you've experienced it, or just so that you know that, if it happens to you, that it's not like they can't do it. It's a new law that just passed. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Let me just make sure that I can share my sound. Okay. And can you guys hear it? Okay, good. So I'll send a follow-up email to those of you who joined us, but you can learn more about what this Scholarship Displacement Act is here at this link. And I'll send that link along with the video. But I just wanted to give you all some context. I think this is really relevant information, and I'm not sure if any of you have experienced it, but I just wanted to kind of put it out there. Or, if this is something that happens to you this year, just so that you know what is allowed and what isn't. But I just wanted to kind of share this info with y'all. So that kind of concludes like the information. If you scan this QR code, you'll be directed to the Silicon Valley Community Foundation website, where you will be able to apply for the scholarship. Again, the scholarship is due on February 28th.